Summer's here. That means vacations and storm season. From long road trips to damaging wind and rain, you gotta be protected with the right insurance. Christopher Cooks with Alliance Insurance joins us to answer all your questions because insurance is so complicated. To get those questions answered, you just need to text them to us. Send the text to 336-379-5775. First off, what is the number one thing you wish people knew about insurance?
That it's not all that complicated.
You don't think so? Make it simple for us. What do we need to know?
It can be complicated. The policies are contracts and written in legalese, and I understand that for certain. Insurance basically boils down to math. The more risk there is, the higher the premium is going to be. So talk about property insurance and storms and things of that nature. The wind blows a little more often at the coast, so their insurance premiums are higher. We talk about auto insurance. Young drivers have more accidents than more experienced folks, so their insurance premiums are higher. That's the real basic part of insurance, but the most important part comes of paying claims, and that is when things get a little complicated, and you're right.
So someone wants to know, I got a speeding ticket. Should I just pay it or should I fight it? Is it really going to impact my insurance? It's my first one.
Probably not quite enough information there for me to answer that honestly. But the speeding ticket, if it is what's considered a minor moving violation, which is usually under 9 miles per hour over the limit, is waivable by your insurance company, and it shouldn't affect your insurance premium much. If you got caught doing 90 in a 55, then that's going to have a drastic effect on your insurance.
What else do people need to know about car insurance? What do they not get that they should be getting?
A lot of times folks want to buy the cheapest thing they can get, and there's a big concern that I have with that because you're leaving off just a few very valuable coverages that don't cost a whole lot of money. In our state, underinsured motorist coverage is not required. But it would only cost $5 more every 6 months to have underinsured motorist. So heaven forbid you're in a really bad accident, and the other party is at fault, but they just don't have enough coverage to pay for all your injuries. Your insurance could step in and pick that up if you buy underinsured motorist. Similarly, car rental coverage really doesn't cost that much. It is a little bit of an extra expense, but if you're a single individual with one car and you have a wreck, then we need to rent you a car. You have to pay for that endorsement, and sometimes in an effort to get the least expensive thing possible, consumers don't consult an agent and make sure that they've got the coverages they need.
And speaking of underinsured, so many cars are so expensive these days. How do I make sure that my insurance will cover one of those fancy cars if I hit it?
Yeah, so the state of North Carolina, the minimum liability limits you have to have for damage you do to another vehicle is $25,000.
That's like
all.
nothing.
And to your point, I've seen new SUVs, a new Cadillac Escalade. They're beautiful. They're amazing. They do all sorts of things. Cadillac's done a great job with them. They cost over $100,000. And so if you have a $25,000 policy and you somehow hit an Escalade and total loss it, you have nowhere near enough insurance to pay for that damage. So consider higher insurance limits. I would recommend anybody that is just looking at a base policy to start at a limit of $100,000. Let's just start the conversation there.
Is that an expensive change?
Maybe $3 a month.
$3 a month to avoid all that legal headache. Wow. I need to check that right now.
It's not too complicated.
We also have people wondering about houses. The age-old question about if a tree falls on my house due to wind or rain, can the insurance company deny payment because it was too close to my house?
You know, that's a great question. No, we don't have carriers in our state that have a stipulation like that. There are some carriers in other states that do that, but no, they would not be able to deny a claim because it was too close to your house. I would tell you that if you know the tree's too close to your home or you know it poses a danger, you still have a responsibility to take care of your property. You don't really want to go through a homeowner's claim. The last thing you want to do is wake up during the middle of a storm and a tree has split your home in half. So I'd encourage you to do routine maintenance so that you don't have to deal with a claim, you don't have to deal with your deductible, you don't have to deal with the hassle of scheduling repairs and place to live and all those things.
And a lot of times removing that tree is about the same cost as your deductible would be anyway.
Correct.
If you have a claim with the tree falling in your house, how much does that impact your insurance the next year? Does it go up a lot?
Typically not, no, and that's a good question, a common question. Weather claims that are caused by weather typically aren't going to create a premium difference. Claims that can be considered caused by negligence, such as water damage, sometimes potentially theft, some other things of that nature, will have more of an impact on your homeowner's insurance premium.
Well, we have so many more questions coming in. Keep sending them to us. All you have to do is text 379-5775. Coming up, how much your credit score plays and how much you pay. We'll talk about that after the break.